questionable. We'll just play it by ear and see how he feels tomorrow. And he'll let us know.
Has he been able to start doing anything at all? Running anything less?
No running, but he shot a little bit. That's first step, so that's good.
Is he making the trip?
As far as I know, he's going to make the trip, yes.
If he hasn't practiced or done any running, is it possible to play tomorrow night, or do you need to see him go through practice or run first?
No, not with him. No. Because, it's not like he'll be laboring in terms of being able to run. So, if he says he's ready to go and his neck feels fine, then we'll play him.
Mike, you mentioned the other day that when he returns, Kenyon probably goes to the bench, so Melo can stay at the 4.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about what the advantages are of that for you with Melo at the 4 versus this small forward spot?
Well, we've had success, since I've taken over from last season with Melo statistically at the 4. But we've played Melo at the 3 some as well. So, it just depends. If you get in a series with Indiana or Chicago, you might have to play Melo at some 3 and maybe start him at the 3 based on the fact that they're big. So we'll see. As we go down this road, anything can happen. But the fact that we're shorthanded with our bigs, Tyson comes back, that gives us one more big coming off the bench in Kenyon. And, Kenyon's been playing great for us. So, coming off the bench and starting, I don't see any different. I think he'll still play with energy and do what he does.
What are you most pleased about with Kenyon's game and how he's been able to step in?
Well, he's been sitting home, not playing. And so I'm impressed at the fact that he's in pretty good shape and he's picked up pretty much, what we asked him to do. And I think a lot has to do with the fact that he's played with Melo and JR in the past, that his transition hasn't been that difficult.
Do you sense he's a guy who feels he has something to prove since he has been?
Well, that too. The fact that nobody, picked up the phone to call him until late in the game, he probably has something to prove. So I'm glad he's proving it with us, because we would have been in bad shape if we hadn't gotten him.
When you look at Boston, you're going to get them 2 more times here. And it's obviously not better seasons, but you still look at the Celtics as the team that was leading the division winners the last 5 years, and they're obviously still have a presence.
They're going to always be a threat. Doc is such a great coach, and they still got great personnel, I think, with Garnett and Paul Pierce leading the way. Losing Rondo I thought hurt, but I think the kid Bradley has picked up his game. And some of the other guys that hadn't played very many minutes, they brought Crawford over from Washington, who can score the basketball, and then they still have Jason Terry. So, I still like the makeup of their team, and they'll be a threat for any team in the playoffs. Tomorrow night's game is important for us in terms of us staying at the top, but it won't be an easy game.
You look at them as a team that, the way the standings are, could change 50 times between now and the end.
The way it looks, there's a possibility we could play them in the first round, and that's a team that you can't take lightly. They're playoff driven. They've won a title, and they know what it's like to be deep into the playoffs, and so we'll have our hands full if that's the team we have to play.